Local 10 News starts right now.
Good morning, South Florida. I'm Todd Tongan.
And I'm Nikki Mohan. Here's a look at your top stories today. South Florida remembering a star high school athlete gone too soon. Funeral services will be held today for Malcolm Nicholas III at Bethel Apostolic Temple. A viewing was held Friday night. The 18-year-old gunned down on Northwest 5th Avenue last week in what relatives believe to be a case of mistaken identity. His shooter remains on the loose.
The search is on for the man who police say shot a pregnant woman, ultimately killing her baby. That suspect is 28-year-old Wayne Collier. Heidi Bowen remains in critical condition at the hospital 2 weeks after she came under fire on Northwest 49th Street. She was forced to deliver her daughter early, but the baby died days later. Detectives say Bowen and Collier do know each other, but the nature of their relationship is still unclear.
A bizarre scenario unfolding at North Perry Airport, and it was all captured by our Sky 10 pilot on the ground. A man somehow made it on the runway and began acting erratically, shouting he had HIV and spitting at police before being tackled by police officers. 26-year-old Carlos Casero Orella was taken into custody and will undergo a psychiatric evaluation.
And the Broward County Fair is officially underway after taking a 5-year hiatus. The fair is back at Gulfstream Park in Hallandale Beach. There won't be any animals this year, but there will be more than 75 rides, circus acts, and of course, plenty of food fare. The fair runs until November 26th.
Plenty of fair food.
That's true. Both fair food and food fair.
I love it.
Hey, listen, also, I want to quickly mention that southbound lanes of the Turnpike closed down. A bad accident in southwest Miami-Dade. A lot of folks are going to be heading down for the big race weekend in Homestead.
Yes.
The first race starting this afternoon. A lot of them already on the road to try and get down there and tailgate. Beware, Turnpike closed this morning.
That's right. That does it for us right now. Remember, for the latest, you can always stay right here on Local 10.
Just head on over to local10.com. We hope you have a great day.
American forces joining the search for a missing submarine.
The vessel from the Argentinian Navy has not been heard from since Wednesday, but officials are holding out hope, and Ron is back with more on this story.
Yeah, there was a report that sub had been spotted, but that turned out so far to be unfounded, so it's now 3 days since it disappeared off the coast of Argentina after a fire on board knocked out its communications. Still, no trace of it.
This morning, the desperate search for that missing submarine. The massive effort now underway off the coast of Argentina. Navy ships, planes, and helicopters, all looking for any sign of the submarine that had 44 crew members on board. The submarine vanishing Wednesday. It's one of only 3 submarines in the Argentine Navy. It was on a routine trip off the coast of that country when it suddenly disappeared.
So you have cold water, you have rough seas, it's a long way from land, so it's tough to get rescue ships and airplanes out there, and we have no sign and no good indication of precisely where this submarine might be.
The government lost contact with the vessel after a fire on board knocked out communications, according to media reports. Officials say they do not yet believe it is lost, claiming the crew has sufficient food and oxygen on board. But the clock is ticking.
Because they rely on the batteries to keep them alive while they're submerged, every hour that goes by means it's less chance of finding this crew alive.
And standard Navy protocol is for a submarine that loses communications to surface so it can be located. That search effort has been hampered by bad weather, the high winds and heavy winds. They're back at it today. Obviously, a concern growing now, 3 days after it last communicated with headquarters. Still no contact.
Holding out hope.
Yeah, still possible.
It is. Thank you, Ron. And let's send things back to Rob Marciano for another look at the weather.
Hey again, guys. Tracking this developing storm, actually strengthening storm, has been with us really for the past couple of days from the west coast over the mountains and now on the plains. Chicago, you had rough weather last night. You're getting some showers and thunderstorms today. Wisconsin, southern Wisconsin, you'll eventually dry out, but I think the game at noon today may be suspect, if not windy for sure. And the wind's going to be the big story. Some of this could be damaging from really Texas all the way back through the Ohio River Valley tonight and early tomorrow morning, and then eventually it presses out to sea. So the rain, for the most part, will be done by lunchtime tomorrow, but the winds are going to continue to crank, and those lake effect snow showers will crank as well. Our next storm comes into the Pacific Northwest during the day, early morning hours tomorrow. This will also have some wind, not probably as potent as the last one, but certainly enough to put some rain down and some snow at the higher elevations. The rains today will be widespread across the mid-Atlantic in the country, eventually getting to the East Coast, probably after nightfall. SoCal looking good, 74 degrees, 84 degrees in Houston, and sunny if you go west for the most part of the Mississippi River. That's checking what's happening nationally weather-wise. It's time now for your local forecast. Have a look.
Hi, South Florida for us. In South Florida, it's been a nice start. Nice and sunny out there still. Temperatures warming up into the low 70s right now. Eventually, it's a high of 83. We're going to cool down. Highs in the upper 70s Monday.
Good. Then your arm won't be tired later. Here you go. Balanced breakfast. Breakfast of champions. Go for it.
Live, the one and only Local 10 News starts right now.
Okay, baby. Yeah, don't touch anything else out there, okay?